guys, it's CJ. I want to drop a video for you today that's going to be about a pretty serious subject. It's definitely about something I went through very recently, as a matter of fact, and was going through for a very long time. And the subject is anxiety and depression. And the reason I think I want to do this is because they can become so insidious and so pervasive that you don't even realize that you're kind of giving up so much of your life to them. Over the past probably 10 years, in a very, very slow way, I did that. I did just that. I am not saying that I quote unquote suffered with anxiety or depression for those 10 years, because the problem is you don't suffer. What you do is you cope. And the coping allows you to continue because it comes on so slowly and so surely that you just start to accept it, that this is the way life is. And the problem is you have just enough of those nice days, just enough of those days like today where I can kind of go out and meet people and be happy and stuff, that you go, oh good, now it's over. But it's not over. That's a single day in a month of otherwise gray days. And I'm not even saying that you feel super down or suicidal or overtly depressed. What I'm saying, a lot of times the depression is just a feeling of numbness, just a feeling of separation, disconnection. And that feeling then becomes what you are always faced with. There's a theory in a book, a couple of books by John Sarno, where he posits that a lot of our physical pain is a manifestation of something that's trying to protect us from emotional pain. And what it does is takes your focus off of the emotional and puts it on the physical, because obviously pain is so intense that you focus right on it. And I think the same thing can be said for anxiety and depression, especially depression. When you are just, it becomes the fact of your life. It doesn't become a good or a bad thing. It becomes simply a fact of your life. You most of the time, unless you are super seriously depressed, you are able to function. You are able to do your job, and you're able to go shopping for your groceries. You even can go to parties and cope with that. And that's the hardest part, is you don't go someplace and enjoy it. You simply go someplace and cope for it, and then as soon as you can, you leave and come back home. And this is basically what I did for a lot of years. And the whole point of this video is to say that that's not how it's supposed to be. That's definitely not how it's supposed to be. Every life is going to have challenges. I still have mine. Believe me when I tell you, this move down to Carolina and move back has definitely wreaked havoc with my life situation, and I am picking up the pieces now. I've made a lot of progress on it in a very short time since I've been back, starting at the end of March. But I have a long way to go before I have my life, quote unquote, what I would consider back on track. But that has not stopped me from feeling like I have lived every moment since probably November of last year. It's been over 8 months of really living, and the contrast to how I was before is epic. I just look at it and go, I can't believe that I actually turned my life over to this numbness and allowed it to be so pervasive. And just to show you how pervasive it can be, I had a friend come up and she said, well, she was asking me about the moving back and forth and everything else. And I said, the truth of the matter is I think I was really depressed. And she said, well, why didn't you tell me? And I said, because I didn't know. And I really didn't. If someone would have asked me, I would have said, yeah, I've had moments of depression. No, if you're not having 75% good days, and then you're depressed and you need to do something. And here's the first thing I would recommend to everybody. You have to change your perspective, because your perspective is the problem. Your perspective has gotten warped. Your perspective has gotten twisted. And all you can really see is how bad it is. And you may not even put in those words, and you may think you can do Tony Robbins or, listen to a couple tapes and you're gonna be fine. And most of the times it's not the case. Most of the times what you are doing is just struggling. And life is not meant to be that much of a struggle. When I was in Carolina, one of the things that just hit me right between the eyes was watching people still go through the same kind of crap that everybody else goes through, and yet every time they got a chance, it's like they got to get together and had some food and a couple of cocktails, and they were living, they were having fun. And I was like, how does that happen? And just by watching them, again, the contrast was so big, it changed my perspective. I realized that what I'd come to believe was true wasn't true. And it isn't true that you have to just live like this. So I'm gonna stop right here. I'm not gonna go on and on and on because I know I can do that. So what I'm gonna leave you with is this. If you or somebody you know is going through something like this, where the majority of your time you're either struggling to try to make your life work again, or you're not struggling and just feeling like I'm just coping and plowing through the days. You know, there's a great Shakespeare quote that says, though patience be a tired mare, yet she will plod. And I said, yeah, that's great if you want to plod through your life, but who wants to do that? I've done it. It's not fun. So if you or somebody else is going through something like this, change your perspective, get some help. I don't care what I don't care. I don't have an answer to that question because you do, and you have to find out what it is. Get therapy, go to a group, go to a social worker, go to your aunt's house, go to your grandmother's house, go to the mountains, go to the lakes, go to the beach, go to the city. I don't know what it is for you, but get out of the chamber that says that this is what it is and this is what it's supposed to be, because that's a lie. It's not true. Don't live like that, because it's not living, it's existing, and you deserve more than that. So I'm wishing you guys all the best. I want to say I'm kind of sorry for the kind of really deep and serious tone of this message, but I really, really, really want you to get it. It's not the truth. It's not the truth that that's how life is supposed to be. Even with all the challenges I have going on right now, I am a happier person than I've been in definitely 5 years, but probably more like 10. And that's not saying, I'm going to end again, it's not saying there weren't times. There were definitely times in that period when I was happy, but there were moments. And it's not supposed to be a moment of happiness and then a whole long time of plodding along. It's the other way. It's the times when life kind of piles up on you and you have those moments of just overwhelming. That's fine. That's fine. But it should be the majority that you are happy and peaceful. And if you're not, you have to figure something else out. Life is not supposed to be that way. And I hope you do. And again, if you or somebody you know, if you think this would help somebody you know, if this helps you, share the video. I just want to put the message out there, all right? I'm wishing you guys all the best. Keep that internal temperature set at sunny and 75, and I will catch you soon. I've got some music videos coming up, and some more fitness videos coming up as well, so stay tuned. Peace.